All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our Pathfinder
Over coffee
campaign
time.
as we make our way through Rise of the Runelords. So last week, you guys started off by going further into the Krieg clan hold, and you encountered a coven of hags, and they essentially use the ensuing conversation as a distraction to buy time for the now undead commander of the Black Arrows, Lamitar, to sneak up on everyone. He announced his presence by trying to destroy Jareem's troll skeleton thrall, but that attack was unsuccessful. And then combat broke out. We had a theme with all of the combat last week in that it was essentially dominated by Dino and Dino summons for the most part, as he strategically placed them all around your enemies and set up lots of flanking opportunities and such. So, you guys took care of the hags. You took care of Lamitar, although it was not without some devastation as Jakardros fell in the fight, forcing a retreat. Dino left his summons to deal with some heavy footfalls coming from the west, and it turned out to be a couple of stone giants. The dinosaurs managed to take out one of them before they were wiped out themselves. But by the time the last one was killed, you guys had already made your way back to the cave entrance, and then you flew back to Turtleback Ferry to sort of regroup and get some rest and make preparations for a reincarnate spell the next morning. That spell proved to be successful, and Jakardros was brought back in a new body. Unfortunately for him, it is that of a kobold. So, like I was saying in the chat earlier, a kobold and a tiefling walk into a bar, and I don't know, you could take it in any direction from there.
Somehow
Um,
try to protect around.
Jakardros, upon being resurrected of sorts, was adamant about finishing the job. So, upon his suggestion, you guys took Lamitar's body and flew over to the Haunted Heart in the Shimmer Glens, and Cade presented the body to Miriana, the ghostly nymph who presides over the Haunted Heart. She reincarnated Lamitar as I think the race was called Vanara, yeah, um, and a sort of humanoid creature with monkey-like features appeared before you. The newly alive commander basically told you guys that he is going to stay within the Haunted Heart and be the guardian of that land as well as the surrounding swamps. But because he's staying in one place, that you all will know where to find him if you need any help. With that taken care of, Miriana granted Kate a boon for their outstanding charisma and diplomatic nature. And with that, you guys then went back into Hook Mountain to finish the job. And that's exactly what happened. You guys went right for the throne room where you found the one remaining stone giant sort of bodyguard that came out to investigate all the noise, as well as the leader of the stone giants and this whole operation in the mountain, uh, a giant by the name of Barl Breakbones. Uh, After a bit of taunting going back and forth, the fight broke out, and once again, it was Dino's summons that surrounded the throne. You guys made really short work of the bodyguard, and Jareem ended up animating him. So you now have a stone giant thrall.
You're
stone giant zombie thrall, as I correct myself. Um, it's a good thing I don't. It's a good thing that I don't have any combat planned over the next session or two because I can properly flesh out what that character sheet is supposed to look like. So, Barl Breakbones only got, I think, 2 rounds of stuff. He buffed himself and he cast a fireball, and that's all he got. And you guys killed him. Um, it was a combined effort on the final blow from Chomper as well as one of the Ankylosauruses that finished him off. And then you guys laid claim to most of the loot within the room. I say most only because that there is some of it that, I mean, I haven't addressed this in game at all, but some of it probably belongs to the Black Arrows. But we'll get there. So that's where we left off. You guys are all sort of in the aftermath of the fight as the dust settles, kind of collecting yourselves and feeling a bit of satisfaction on a job well done. So, what would you like to do?
Jade's pretty much dusting themselves off, taking account of who's there, who's okay, and then addressing the Black Arrows directly and going, so, with your commander staying there, this cleared out, what are your plans?
Sorry, I missed like the very end of what you were saying.
Oh, I said, what are your plans
Oh,
from
okay.
there?
Gotcha, gotcha,
That
gotcha.
essentially they've recaptured everything. They found their commander. It's essentially mission complete for everything they said they wanted to do for to us when we found them. So what are they looking to do going forward? Because maybe I can help. Is the thinking.
Hmm. Well, Jakardos and Vale kind of just look at each other and they say, "Well, our immediate plans are to go back to the fort and clean it up. It's probably going to be a bit of a task after what those ogres did to it. But we also have the new recruits coming in, so we'll have their help as well." And Shalelu gets up and go and just like stands next to Jakardros and says, "I'll be there to help you too. I plan on sticking around there for a little bit."
Kate just nods happily and just goes, well, if there's anything I can do to help facilitate making that easier, I'm happy to while we all figure out what the fuck we're doing. Also, he just kind of picks up a longbow and some of the other things that we were sifting through and looks at him and goes, any of this recognizable?
Jakardros takes a look over some of the loot and he says, "Yeah, I'd recognize these arrows anywhere." He takes the small quiver full of the giant bane arrows, and he says, "We've gone through hundreds of these through the years, and I guess they must have taken some of these other items off of men that they killed at the fort. I I'm sure that the bow and the sword and probably all the other arrows belong to someone in our order."
Kate just kind of looks around and then goes, well, those should return then, because your order is going to continue, correct? Kate says with a smile.
Yes, of course. Hopefully the recruits won't find our situations, well, let's just say I'm not convinced that these men are going to be eager to take take orders from a kobold, but I'm sure if I explain what happened, it'll all get smoothed over.
I think they're going to be morons for not taking orders from someone who's had a second life.
Never really thought of it that way. But then again, I'm still getting used to this.
It just says, well, you'll get there. You're a great leader in what you do, and you just need to. He just walks over and knocks on his head and go, think a bit more about your own well being.
Yeah, I mean, I've ever since you guys came along and being reunited with my stepdaughter, I've just gained so much perspective on what it means to be alive. So thank you for that.
You said he's a kobold now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
Cade embraces him and just says,
How tall is he?
Cobalt chasing Cade boots.
kobolds are
Hey,
not
you have that?
kobolds are not very tall.
My knowledge of kobolds is they're like 3 feet or shorter, and they're basically little tiny lizard people.
Let's see what the let's see what they are in Pathfinder. Oh God, he's really small.
Yes, no, he's really small.
He is. Let's see. I'll use the base height and I'll roll the
So
modifier.
I'm trying to figure out, like, everyone's talking to him like nothing happened. The man is a kobold now, and he's tiny.
Yeah,
Why is no one bringing that up?
You know, he's been through a lot of shit, so I didn't feel the need to add on to it.
He's like.
I don't think adding on to this because I just now realized he's tiny.
He's like not even 3 feet tall.
What the fuck?
Sorry, who's tiny?
Cobalt man.
The guy you're talking to, he's tiny.
I thought kobolds are tall.
No.
No, they're 3 feet taller.
All of you tower over him.
Oh.
There's
Okay,
a big
Cat's just
difference
gonna
'cause
look
I'm
at him and
huge
go,
size
you know,
right
some
now.
people are definitely into that.
I just look at Cat just glaringly and go, really? Again?
What do you mean again?
Again?
No, not again.
Just starts busting out laughing.
Stop resurrecting people into random species. It's not looking good.
Not
Next thing you know, you're gonna
Fudge, I've
resurrect one
just
of us
been
into
to
a
a lot of
pixie.
cases, have talked to a lot of people, and know that people are very weird. Or not weird, that people have various interests.
You're a deviant, we know.
Let these.
Deviants, you mean a whore?
Kay just looks at her and just goes, I'm undead. You're a deviant. You know, this is just kind of how this group works.
See it. Anyway, point being, you're a good person with a good heart. And honestly, you've done more than most men could ever dream of. If somebody can't see that, it's their loss.
Kate is just dying laughing watching Kate try to Cat try to sputter this out before Kate can keep making more obnoxious quips.
Kate hasn't slapped Queensland for bringing to the front of the conversation that he is tiny.
I'm sorry I said anything. I was trying to make him feel better, and now you made everybody feel awkward. I hope you're happy.
I am happy, thank you.
So you mean how I feel in my entire life. Welcome to the club, everyone. It's fantastic, isn't it? And Kate just awkwardly waddles away.
Jakardros looks over at Vale and just says, well, I'm glad we got all the jokes out of the way.
Trying to make
the joke was a realization you're tiny.
Kate just looks at them again and goes, to be fair, I figured getting them out now would be a lot easier before you even realize you had a chance to process what half of that meant. And then you can prepare with witty comebacks for anyone else who tries to insult you later. You know, for your troops. I mean no harm. And if I am an asshole, tell me. That's pretty much the only way I'm gonna learn, guys.
Jakardros also kind of just like is looking around the entire big chamber here and he's just sort of like thinking out loud. He just says to himself, like, you know, it's nice to be able to see out of both eyes again.
Kay just laughs even more. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty fucking good win. Oh,
Yeah.
This
Language.
is gonna wild shape out. Alright, yeah, rascals, if you're done making fun of Jacardros, I say we get out of here and start getting that sweet money from Magnamar.
Kay goes, oh yeah, and look, Cat helped me pick up some of the gems. I actually remembered to take some of the shiny small light things, guys. Look at me go.
Magnamar paid you guys already.
Hey, when?
They paid you guys before you went to the swamp.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So no one's gonna pay us for this? Kay
I thought it was just the mayor that paid us, not the
How much money
Magnamar
did we get
officials.
from this guy?
We got a lot.
Well, he had said that your money, along with reinforcements for the Black Arrows, were coming from Magnamar, and they arrived in Turtle Black Ferry.
Yeah, we had them.
We did a time skip for it.
Yes, we did.
Oh, that explains it.
I mean, Kay just kind of looks at Dino and goes, I thought you meant just like, you know, going and trying to get some more money out of it. I kind of figured that was the plan. That's kind of like what you guys taught me. Get what you're worth. We're worth more now. We killed giants.
I shrug. After all this fighting, my memory's a bit hazy. Point is, I say we leave.
I'm gonna start shoving all the art objects into my bag of holding. Besides the painting that Cat claimed.
Cat gonna kill you?
Let me see here. All of this
It's gonna also assist with
fit.
taking things.
Yeah, all of that'll fit in your bag of holding. Nothing is like crazy dimensions to it or anything like that, so it should all fit.
I'm literally helping Erzlyn shovel shit into her bag. Like, I'm not helping by taking some stuff. I'm just being like, we're getting out of here.
All right.
Other than mask, is there any special properties to the mask?
Gold mask? No, it's just a gold mask. It's just like a costume mask, basically, but it's made of gold.
Does it turn people into vampires?
No, it does not.
Any of the art objects magical?
No, they're not.
Okay, well gotta talk it up to more Shelly.
They're all just varying degrees of valuable. If you want to appraise them, you can.
We could. So my vision right now is we're walking out and having a conversation in character where it's like, I wonder what this shit's like. And like the smaller things are falling out and we're all like passing out as we're walking out. Like that, what's happening? Or did I just script a lot of things? I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
Alright.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want to happen.
I already had this screenshotted, so I'm just gonna put it in the Discord chat.
The announcements?
No, it's in the Pathfinder channel. All of the amounts for everything.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
A dark wood and platinum music box, though.
Man, you should have taken the music box instead of the painting.
Well, Cade took the music box.
I wanted the music box, so I took the music box. Is that okay? It's a thing.
Okay, so with everything collected, and obviously Jacardros and Vale are gonna grab the longbow, the longsword, and all of the arrows because they figure they can repurpose them back at the fort. I think that covers. All the magic items. Let me see here. Yep, that covers all of them. So Dino, to review, Dino has the armor. Cat has the belt and the cloak and the boots. Not all of the.
I didn't take anything but the armor. I'll take whatever gems remain, I guess.
Yeah, there's still a decent amount of gems left. There's let's see. The Kate
Are we
has
just gonna
the
split those money wise fairly?
Yes, I'm gonna split everything fairly. I don't know
Doesn't
about the
matter who
person who
gets
took the
gems and who
painting
gets the
or the music box, but
I didn't either of those. Oh, I took the painting, but not the music box.
I also
I took the
picture
music box.
I picture Cade just like bringing the music box everywhere and just like
Yeah,
how big is
that's
it?
literally what I'm envisioning. Kate is literally using that music. Kate's not selling it. Kate's literally going, I have a little box that brings joy.
yep. It's not very big. It only weighs a few pounds.
And I don't know the holding. So it's living in there.
But the value
I
comes
just know that if we ever need 4,000 gold pieces and we don't have it and we die because of it, I'm blaming Cade.
the value comes from the materials mostly.
If we ever lose everything else, Kate has a music box that can get us some potions or shit to get back on our feet. Because Kate doesn't leave anything behind. Because Kate's a pack mule. I am planning, and I have joy in the meantime. Damn it, I say it, Dino, and I like walk off.
All right,
Well, it still
so
stands, and I walk away.
now that everything's been collected, where are you heading to?
Sandpoint.
Directly to
What time is
Sandpoint?
it?
Might as well.
Was that
Can
Dino?
we stop at Blackberries on the way?
What time is it?
What time of day is it? It's
Yeah.
I'd say it's like mid-afternoon.
And let's rest up. Me and Jumper are both on half health.
Okay, so Turtleback Ferry for a rest and then Sandpoint?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're using like like a huge portion of my spell slots to get me and Chomper back to full, and whatever's left to stock on good berries.
All right, so roll as many spells as that's going to take, and we'll get that
I'll go get
started.
some grapes.
So off of a rest, I'll add the rest hit points first, and then we'll go from there.
Alright, I'm just gonna say all my first level spells. Oh, first and second is gonna be first and second to be Goodberry. Third and fourth are gonna be whatchamacallit? Cure light wounds, and I'm leaving my fifth level spells in case something bad happens.
Okay.
Oh, I have 3 to use. Give them all to Chomper right away.
Okay.
The maximum Cure light wounds can go is +5 for a 1d8, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Right, so it's 3d8 plus 15 to Chomper. 30 for him.
Pretty good. So he's topped up.
And another 2d8 plus 15 for me.
26. Okay, so you are at 85.
And then I have 10 more spells left. I'm gonna use them all for Goodberry.
Okay.
Alright, so 10d4. That would be 20d4. Because I have 10 spells to use, and each one is 2d4, so half is on point. 20d4 should be about right.
So Kate's gonna back up a bit.
Alright,
from
I have
Dino
58 good berries to use.
to Dino, and then
Jeez.
kind of like blow up their roll and walk up next to Dino. I'm just gonna go. So you got armor for Chomper. How would I go about that for Aurelius?
Build it.
I'm sorry. I was in the middle of Goodberry making what?
Kate's just in character while you're like doing this, asking about how you go about getting armor for your pet, essentially. Because
Oh, you know Kat's girlfriend back in Sandpoint?
Oh yeah.
I had her custom make the armor for me.
So
Like, I
Kat
like
is going
grab-
to just like blush and be like, I don't have a girlfriend.
Kate just grabs Kat's arm and goes, "Okay, can we go visit your not girlfriend and maybe get me a discount on getting some armor for Aurelius?"
Um, I, I, okay, so I need to make my way over there anyway. But I gotta go back to my. I gotta go, and I'm just gonna run back.
Kate
I'm just gonna
starts
shout, no
laughing.
matter how fast you run, I can fly faster than you can.
Kate just goes, "Don't worry, I said she was not your girlfriend."
I'm assuming we're back in Sandpoint. I'm sorry, I missed that.
No, we're at Turtleback Ferry resting for a day,
Still in
so
Turtleback
I'm gonna
Priory?
just
Okay,
change
so I'm
that.
just gonna run away. Okay, yeah. So I'm
You're
just
running
gonna run
to
away.
your in room. Yeah, that's fine. You're running to your in room. That works perfectly.
Oh,
I'm running to the inn to get a
I did
drink
all
because
my
I can't
spell
handle myself
casting
right
the
now.
next day, so I can get all this done, and then we can just head out.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so Dino goes and makes his good berries and casts his spells. Shalelu and Jakardris and Vale all swing by the inn and sort of bid their farewells as they head back to Fort Rennick while you guys are heading on back to Sandpoint. And I believe there was a stop requested for Roderick's Cove, so we will head over there first.
Oh, Tim, can you make it to where I put away my +1 hide armor and put on my other armor?
Yeah, if you I'll do it for you this time just so you actually I already did it. The EQ checkbox takes care of that. So
Yeah, just making sure that you know that I'm doing that.
yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were asking me to do it. So you got it already. All right, so Roderick's Cove.
Cats took Quatless away.
Blackberries.
Out
Right.
of curiosity, Tim, how long does it take to get there?
Jeez. I'm not even sure I remember. Let me see here. How many maps away was this? So you guys were there first, and then you went to Ravenmore. I'd say probably 2 days to get there.
Excellent. Gotta start like you can do the narrative, but I gotta again do the same thing I did when the day we left, so I can keep casting Goodberry.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, you can go ahead and cast your Goodberry.
Okay, so I did 20d4 in the first day, so this time I'm doing 40d4.
So you arrive in Roderick's Cove on a relatively cold day. I have to. I do have a file here for Roderick's Cove that I got to get open, but in the meantime, it's a cloudy, cold day in the fall. Given that it's a Sunday, most of the townsfolk when you arrive, I mean it's fairly early in the morning, but most of them are simply in their homes, just enjoying a nice relaxing day off. But you arrive and many of the businesses are still operating. So where do you want to go?
Blackberries.
Right. I think it's this one.
These grapes are fucking good.
I think this is it. The one that has all the stuff for it. So you go on over to building number 3 here, which is Blackberry's Bakery. It's open. The door is actually open, even though it's letting in a lot of cold air into the building. You can still notice the smell of the fresh pies and other confections being made inside.
Beautiful. I would like pies.
Yeah, you walk inside
And
and
brandy.
you walk inside and the same halfling woman, Blackberry, is there to greet you. And she says, "Oh wow, I didn't think you guys would be back so soon. Aren't you from far away?"
Yeah,
On our way
we're
home,
making
and
a
we
pit
want
stop.
blackberry stuff.
We're
Yes.
making a pit stop.
Well, I've got pies fresh out of the oven and some breads and muffins coming up and some other pastries that I'm working on. So,
Can I have all of it?
well, certainly. I even saved you some more brandy.
Okay. I think you misunderstood me. When I said all of it, I'm assuming that you think that I just want some of everything. No. I need all of it.
Kate just looks at Cat and go, "Are you trying to buy her anything?"
Okay, there's
Sorry.
like too many people talking
What?
at once. What?
I'll let Kate go first.
I didn't catch that.
Then I'll let Cade go first.
Okay.
Cade stated and asked Cat if she was planning on buying the business, right? Or trying to convince her to move to Sandpoint so you don't have to leave the Blackberries.
Yeah, that's like, well, here's the thing. If I buy all of her supply, and we're in Sandpoint, then she knows that she has willing customers who will consistently give her business. Lots of business. And also, in case she doesn't move to Sandpoint, I need to share the pies.
Kate just looks at Cat and say, "I see no flaw in your logic here. Continue."
The only flaw I can see is the fact that she's buying all the food before we can even buy anything for ourselves.
I think you're assuming I'm not going to share.
Kate just immediately looks at Ursula and goes, "She shared." And then
Yeah, but I would like some of my own.
Johnny Depp pirate style walk over and look at her and just go, "You? How much for you to come to Sandpoint? You business, bakery, everything."
She is just like
Kate's drunk on blackberry wine at this point.
Kate is somehow like pulled a bottle of brandy out from somewhere and just chugged the whole thing before like even like paying or anything. Just
Kat said she was buying all of it. Kate immediately just grabbed one of the bottles stealthily and was just like, "Hey."
Does Cat have enough money to buy all of it?
I mean, I was mostly joking. I just wanted to see. I was role playing. I just wanted to see what would happen.
well, first thing, Blackberry turns over to Kat and says, "Well, it's a good thing I have a little bit of everything in the oven right now, but sure, if you really want to buy everything that's sitting out right now, I don't see why not. I've got more cooking."
I'm just like not good enough.
Dream's gonna buy like 4 bottles of brandy.
Did you hear? Cat's gonna buy everything and then share it with us. There's let Cat buy it.
Maybe Dream wants his own stash, you know? I don't know.
Dream wants his own stash.
Dream's always been a guy who's about his own stash.
You gotta keep stuff, you gotta keep it on hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
to to Kate's question, Blackberry just looks at Kate and is she really doesn't know what to say, but after a few moments she's just like, "Well, I don't know that I'm able at my age to just pick up and move everything hundreds of miles away.
What
We'll
if we
help
moved
you.
it for you?
Oh, I don't know. I've always liked it here.
Kay just kind of nods and goes, fair. How about this? Trade route with Sandpoint? We could make runs to your shop and sell your goods in a few of the inns in Sandpoint as a treat and upsell them so you can sell more for than what you're selling them here because well they're imported exotic sweets and they're goddamn good berries. He just says looking at them.
Hmm. That's something I never really considered. That's a good idea.
He just jumps up and down and grabs on the cat and just goes, cat blackberries and sunshine.
I'm gonna have like kind of like knocking Kate's head, like Kate, a word real quick.
He just kind of looks over and goes, hello, Dino, yes? Just still holding onto the brandy bottle that is very
And I'm gonna
not
turn to the
half
shopkeep
what
and say, "Yeah, we'll be right back." As I take Kate outside.
Okay, so Dino escorts Cade outside.
Kate,
Give him trouble. Yes.
do you remember why we're going back to Sandpoint as fast as possible?
I did before I got drunk.
Okay, Kate. Well, there's gonna be a massive attack at Sandpoint, including a dragon.
Which is why I got drunk.
Now is not the time to be offering people that you should come to Sandpoint.
Can I have a dream for what happens afterwards? Before the dragon?
Imagine, imagine like low key that I wrote it so that like BlackBerry has like 12 levels in Rogue, and it's just like
That'd be amazing. Just feel like this bitch just kind of like, right? You can go on an adventure with Black.
I'm riding on a dragon, doing flips and shit. I didn't
Yeah,
do
Kate
that,
kind
but
of looks.
it
I'm
would be
glad,
funny if
but
I
I think
did.
it was awesome. Kate's looking at Dino and kind of like sobering, like with a sober look, and just kind of goes, I'm well aware, and I rather not mention that around Blackberry Lady, and I really didn't think she'd come with us, and even if she did, I wouldn't have let her come before the fucking dragon.
My point is, Cade, wait until we slay the dragon before we start offering people that you should come with in Sandpoint. Fair enough?
That's it. Kate kind of falters, but logic, yes.
Alright, now let's go buy some pastries.
Kate perks up and goes like, it's still good thing.
Yeah, you walk back in, and Dream, she gets your bottles of brandy ready. You want what, 4?
Yeah.
All right, she charges you 20 gold for the 4.
And I'll tell her, and 2 donuts.
She just gives you those on the house because you're buying so much brandy.
All right,
They are donuts that are filled with a blackberry jam, and they have a like a powdered sugar on top.
I'll give her 22 gold to keep the change.
All right. Um, as far as Cat's concerned, Blackberry looks at Cat again and was like, "All right, yeah, I just want to know, were you serious? Did you want to buy everything I have?"
Honestly, I wasn't. It was part of a very bad ploy to get you to move the standpoint, and also I just wanted to see what would happen. I'm not even gonna lie, but I do want a bit of everything.
Kate takes the giant topaz out of their bag of holding and kind of goes and puts it on the counter and goes, well, here's food, and I seems like a bad thing to have, considering we're going to need rations for everyone. So the things that keep longer, could we have everything of those?
I mean, I've got my whole range of products available, so whatever you like, I'm happy to sell you. Um, she
Um,
she runs off into the She runs off into the back real quick and returns with a tray of muffins that have just come out fresh.
So yeah, Cade's gonna try to find anything that they can essentially dry out and keep, or anything that would hold well on its own after the blackberries have been put
That's like
down a
I
bit,
want a
like
dozen.
jams, fine
I want a
jams,
dozen. I'll
biscuits,
figure it out later.
everything. No, because I'm thinking of what Dino said now. So Kay's just realizing, like, if something does happen and we don't have food, so Kay's now panic buying food that they could stockpile and shove in their back and holding and keep safe.
Cat's
So all
just
the
like
blackberry jam.
baked goods, delicious, delicious baked goods.
So yeah, Cade,
Muffins.
you decide that probably like the jars of like blackberry jam and jelly are probably the best way to go.
Yeah, and then like if they made any like biscuits out of like flour and some of the freeze dried, or not freeze dried, but dried fruits. Anyway, I mean, Kay just kind of starts going off on a little rant and being like, so okay,
and
I
yeah,
was reading real hard.
she actually does have like containers of both like fresh and dried blackberries as well, so you can get some of those too.
Cool.
How much of everything do you want? Well, that's really a question for both of you.
Kate wants literally everything that she has of those two things, because Kate realizes, like, I want to stockpile food. It's not something I've ever really stuck to before. I have the strength.
Cat's just like, I want a dozen muffins. Or sorry, I want half a dozen muffins. Not half a dozen muffins. 2 pies. 2. What are the units for the blackberry wine?
She's charging like 5 gold a bottle for the brandy.
Then I'm gonna take 3 bottles of the brandy, and hold on 1 second, I need to. And are there cookies? What other baked goods are there? So there's pies, there's muffins.
Pies, muffins. There's donuts. There's breads. There's also these kind of like Linzer tart looking things. That's really it for now.
So then I'm gonna take a half dozen donuts, a half dozen of those Linzer tart cookies, and a loaf of bread.
Okay, so 2 pies, loaf of bread, 6 muffins, 6 donuts, 6 cookies, 3 bottles of brandy. Okay. She does some quick math and comes up with 30 gold as your total.
Cool, and I hand it over.
Okay. Cool.
4,
For Cade,
5.
This is a small shop, so there's not like a ton on display at the moment, but if you're buying all of the jam and jelly, that's 6 jars each. And then the one bottle of brandy that you already drank. Do you want more of that?
Yeah, Kate's gonna buy another bottle of brandy just because it really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And 2 bottles of brandy because the one I drank.
Right.
All the jam.
All the jam, all the jelly, and then
all the dried fruits. And then if they have bread, then sure. But I could.
Yeah, there's another loaf of bread out. So yeah, that is gonna come to, let's see, 10 for the brandy. There's like 8 packages of the dried fruit, and then the bread and the jam and the jelly. So that is gonna be about that's gonna come to about 20 gold.
I gladly hand it over. I give her an extra 2 gold just like because I don't have the heart to tell her what we're actually going to deal with. And I have a very real understanding that if we fail, the dragon's not going to just stop at Sandpoint.
At least you're gonna go out on good food and a full stomach.
Yeah, hey, that is Cade's plan. Cade is, I want to die full and happy in that sense, and at least not miserable and starving while I'm in a battle with fucking demon lord flying thing. Cade says.
Mm-hmm.
And then looks at the lady and goes, "Don't mind me."
Go next.
she happily bags it all up for you guys. And I guess Dino, what would you, if you're buying something, what would you like?
I want 4 pies, 4 loaves of bread, and a dozen of the smaller treats each.
All right, so wait, pies and a dozen. Oh, bread. That's the other thing you want. Okay. So
Yeah, 4 pie, 4 loaves of bread, and then like all the little like smaller treats that you get usually a dozen of. I want 1 dozen each, which I believe is muffins, the cookies, and the donuts.
okay, so all of that together, that is going to be that comes to 30.
Nice. Give it 30. Chopper, want to try pie?
Chopper looks up at you inquisitively.
Try some. I'm gonna give him like a slice.
Chopper takes it and chews it up and somehow manages to not make a mess of the whole thing. And he seems very happy.
Amazing. Hey, Kate. Not Kate. Cat, do me a favor.
Yes.
Eat chopper pie for me.
I'm sorry, what?
I hand out the pie that I just gave a piece to Chomper. I'm gonna ask, can you feed Chomper for me?
Cash is like, okay. Here, Chopper. You want pie?
He just looks over and goes, "You're letting us do that?"
Yeah, why not?
He just grins and goes, "You're growing, Dino!"
Chopper.
Cat is smarter than to like poke the bear. So she's like, "You want me to feed him? Okay, here, Chopper, have pie."
Yes, let's go. I am not refusing this opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Chopper is like done with the slice that Dino gave him, he's like already ready for the next one. He's now like very excited by this pie. So getting him to feed it and whatever tricks you want to have him do to get more pie, he's more than happy to do it.
And I tricked my dinosaur for it. God damn it!
Cat is literally just like handing out pie to him. She's like, "Why would I do that?"
Okay, so everyone has bought stuff except Ursula. Do you want anything from here?
I was downstairs, but yes, I would like stuff. Muffins and pies and brandy and donuts.
Okay, how much of each
and
of those?
bread. Whatever's left, I guess.
Okay, so yeah, she throws it all together for you. You get
Let's say 2 things, brandy. You
get an assortment of items, including two bottles of brandy, and like I said, just kind of random numbers of each of them. I think I think she has enough of the muffins. All right, so you end up waiting around a bit for the muffins because they're not. She doesn't have that many ready, but she eventually does get them done and charges you. Let's see, 10. She charges you 35 gold.
Wow, that's actually really good.
For all of that.
Okay.
And she just looks at all of you and says, "Well, you guys have cleaned me out, so I need to get back to work and make some more stuff." Um,
Do you
Well,
have a
it's been pleasure
child or
doing
something that
business
knows
with
all
you.
your recipes?
oh well, yeah, I do have children. They
I mean, if you wanted to expand the business,
Yes, have you thought of franchises?
oh no, I'm just a humble shopkeeper. I've never really considered it.
you should.
These are really good. We're gonna be really sad.
You guys will be very sad. I can come here whenever I want.
Yes, I know. You have a dinosaur that can take you wherever you want to go.
It's gonna be really funny, like when Kat's able to learn teleport, and she's just gonna like fucking teleport here for confections and.
Oh, I'm so doing that. And also, side note, my
Lightning
grades
spell.
are finally in. I'm done.
Hell yeah, you love to see it. Enjoy your
Now she's gonna burn all of her students because of it.
summer
I
vacation.
burned none of my students this year. Thank you very much.
Is that what I've heard?
You have what?
We definitely slayed some of your students in Amogus though.
Oh yes,
Played
that.
Among Us with your students,
We did, yeah.
and I wasn't there.
I invited you.
Yeah, I don't think you were around.
When?
This was what, a couple months ago now, probably.
Yeah, this was at the very beginning of the semester.
I don't
Because we
remember.
were online, not in person, so I had to change the lab I normally do since I can't play blackjack online. So we played Among Us and calculate probabilities with that.
Yeah, her kids got a lesson real quick in calculating the probability of me killing them when I'm imposter.
So one of them just like one of them in the intro round saw me and said, "Great, I got the professor."
Yep.
And just killed me.
I
was
remember
like,
that.
"Damn."
I think you died first like every game.
I did. I was like, "What the?" No, not every game.
Okay.
Not every game. But the first one, I was the first to die. Like my student was imposter, and they got me good.
Like I wonder if the person that I was partnered with in the game that I got was like, shit, this guy's like killing off cooldown. Like, what do I do? But anyway, back on track. So you guys are now stocked up for a while on all of your sweet treats from Blackberries. With that, are we off to Sandpoint, or are we making another pit stop?
To Sandpoint, I say.
To Sandpoint.
Pretty sure the only place we stopped off last time was that one place I didn't like Cade, so I said we avoid it.
Yeah, that was Ravenmore. I would probably say don't go back there.
What are you guys talking about? Wait, because I like me?
But okay.
Cade, you literally threatened a guy.
He deserved it.
He was an asshole, I'll give you that, but it doesn't take away the fact that you threatened somebody.
Well, he deserved it.
No one deserves getting threatened by a vampire, Cade.
I am half vampire. I am Dampier, not a vampire. I can be a full vampire if you want. Cade just bears her fangs angrily at Juno slightly. Just you go there.
Never gets old.
Cade just angrily storms forward in the trip.
All right, so it takes the remainder of the week, or about a remainder of a week's time to get back to Sandpoint. But you arrive on Fire Day. Yeah, Fire Day, which is the 21st. And you arrive in the morning, and you are, as always, happily greeted by Ameko and Bethana. Question for Cade. Would you have done any work on the puzzles in these
I would
travels?
say so. Yeah, Cade. Oh yeah, Cade Cade and Ursuline, I would assume, would have just been going over the puzzles in their downtime because Ursuline was kind enough to make sure they were also jotting them down in their journal. So I would obviously compare notes, literally.
I was
And
thinking
just
that
figure out.
I was thinking that Cade would be struggling to figure it out while Ursula already has it figured out, and letting Cade get like all that she can and be like, okay, I was gonna let Cade do all the try to do what she can, and then it would just come in and be like, oh well, what if you move this word here? Because
Yeah.
Ursula already has it all solved.
Yeah, and you're just too nice to like let me know that you did that to me. So like here we are being like, oh no, it's fine, you got this, kid. And in reality, you're like, it's solved for a week and a half.
Yeah, in reality, Ursula has had it solved on the travels back to Sandpoint.
I like that plan.
All right. So, by the time we'll say the night before you arrive in Sandpoint, you are working on. Excuse me. You're rearranging the words because you feel like you've had some sort of a breakthrough. Um, okay. Okay. On the night before you arrive in Sandpoint, you guys are all camping just outside of town, and like I said, you're sort of playing around with the words, writing them all out, moving things around. Eventually, you write out each message and what you think is right. And as you finish writing the last word, everything goes black.
For Cade?
Yes.
Okay.
Ursuline's walking the walls. Got you.
And you hear.
Yeah, everyone was just there helping you along the way, putting the words in the right position.
You hear a voice, and this voice, you're not quite sure if you remember the person who's attached to the voice, but the voice itself is like almost uncomfortably familiar. And it starts off with sort of a kind of just sounds like a bit of a monologue, really. He says, "When I first laid eyes on her, I knew I had to have her, make her mine. She was stunning. She could never know who I really am, or what I really am. So I did the best I could. Turned on the charm, won her over, had myself a fling. It had been so long since I had gotten to have a little fun for myself. And then for a few seconds, you don't hear anything.
How does one respond to that?
And then there's a quick sort of gust of wind that goes by. And then the voice picks up again. Sadly, at the end of our time together, my thirst took over. I had to taste her the way I was meant to. I didn't want to kill her. So I only drank a little of her blood. It was the sweetest taste I'd ever experienced. Like the nectar of the gods ran through her veins. She fled after that, and I suppose understandably so. Then again, there's a pause. This time you hear the sound of a branch snapping off in the distance before the voice starts again. What I hadn't accounted for was that our encounter left her with child. I thought it was only a rumor when the word reached me. But I caught a glimpse of her a few months later, and it was indeed true. She had shown no ill effects from our encounter, but I did notice that her skin looked a little pale. A small part of me still thinks of her and of the child. I wonder where they are, and what they've done with their lives since then. I never had children in life, and it has always been one of my deepest regrets. Another pause. The next sound you hear is the sound of a stone skipping across a lake before it splashes and sinks down to the bottom. The voice The voice continues. I had gone into hiding after that. I was beginning to draw attention to myself in ways I don't recommend. And so it was time to get out of the public eye for a while. I hadn't considered a time frame, and so I would merely emerge when the timing felt right. It was all going according to plan until some do-gooders kicked in my door and assaulted me.
Scooby-Doo and...
There were 4 of them. A ghastly-looking half-orc, a sprightly elf, a horribly uncultured gnome, and a human who believed herself righteous. Another pause.
Holy shit.
The next sound you hear is the sound of a candle getting snuffed out. I did my best to put up a fight, but I knew I was no match for them. They didn't seem prepared to kill me, though, and so I tried to take advantage of that oversight. However, I soon realized that they weren't there to eliminate me, but simply remove me from my current situation. The look of...
Crack open a brandy bottle.
Alright, Kate has no knowledge of that during this, but...
It's just black the fuck
let it be known that Jareem is drinking.
No. Let it be known that Leah figured out what was happening as soon as you said familiar voice and then said something about blood. I figured out the plot.
The look of fear in that silly human as she cast her spell was priceless. It would have been so satisfying to drain her. But, sadly for me, her spell worked. I had been banished to a distant realm. There's one final pause, and then you hear a low, guttural growling coming from some creature that is not of this world. And there's one last thing for the voice to say as he begins again. The magic of a place like that changes a person. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and in my case, physically. I'm not the man I used to be, but I have found a way back to the world I once called home.
Yeah, he's a dragon.
A mysterious sort of man invaded my conscience and made me an offer that I simply couldn't refuse. I would have a new place to stay, a new purpose, underlings of my own, and most of all, the means to make the sort of impact that I always deserved to. I learned some of the magic of that awful place, and I intend to wield it. And then you snap out of it after that.
The bummer that Aaron's heard none of that.
Kate is literally just sweating bullets and like looks very visibly like terrified, and is like instinctually like crawled back from their sitting position, like on their like backwards on like sitting on their boat with their hands whatever.
One more time. I haven't gotten to do that in a while.
And he's like, I
Nice.
died.
Yeah, funk it out.
No.
Gotta do it again. We'll just summarize. Kate is very frightened and runs to the wall and cowers in fear. I'm pretty sure that's what Kate. Sure that's what Allie was trying to say.
Yeah, that's
Can you hear me now, guys?
Yeah, I can.
My internet literally shit at bed.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm on the 5G. So Cade's gonna literally like recoil backwards, like they're in a sitting position, so like instinctually their hand like kind of shuffle forward backwards a few like quote unquote steps on their hands until they hit the wall that's behind them, and just goes, I think I know who the fucking my father is.
Well, given that you're camped out, the wall is a large tree, but yes, you do back into one of those.
Yeah, that's what I meant by wall. Like whatever structure is behind me, if it was the tent pole, if it was the wall, whatever. Cade was and just looks at everyone and goes, I think I know who my dad is. And it's not good. Not good. Not good.
Oh, well, what is your dad, or who is your dad?
Cade just looks around and goes, I don't think we're on the same side.
That didn't really answer my question, but okay.
Giant vampire? I don't know his name. He's a giant vampire that came back from the dead. Twice. I don't know. Giant vampire. Scary thing. Much more stronger than me. Ooh, magic, I don't want to know. And last thing was some type of snarling sound, which I think might have been the dragon that we have to go fight. I don't know, but my point is, we're going to Sandpoint. And Kate just gets up, puts on their gear, and just starts going to the town.
I'm just gonna grab Kate by the back of the neck and be like, how about you go to bed and then we go in the morning?
No, now, Kate, now, go now.
No, now sleep. Now lay down in bed and compartmentalize all fears. Now lay down in bed and relax.
Kate just makes a deep sigh and says, okay, and then just tries to breathe and takes notes of their dream as much as they can so they can recall it more tomorrow and keep telling everyone else more about it.
Yay for compartmentalization. Yay.
All right. So
the words were left by her father? Confusion?
So the next morning, you get your early start back to Sandpoint. Kate, the part of everything that kind of sticks with you is the message, the part of the puzzle that was written in purple about opening your third eye to see what he's become. You feel like that's really sticking with you, and that one is about you personally, about your situation with your father.
Kate just kind of ponders on it and realizes that, and also I guess because of it, reflects back on what I did in Ravenmore and go, okay, so everything isn't black and white. He doesn't mean he's inherently evil. And just Kate's are just mumbling to themselves essentially as they're walking back.
Okay, so doesn't take you too long.
Be like, oh, this is gonna be a long night.
Doesn't take you too long to find yourselves back at the Rusty Dragon, and now you are happily greeted by Mako and Bathana, and they see you come in, and they you can see them both just immediately perk up, and they just get right to the task of making breakfast for you guys.
Are they making pancakes?
Burrito.
Kate's bringing out like half the jams and jellies that they bought and just immediately hands them to them. Just goes, for you, the end, for you, whatever you want. Just stockpile food.
Mako actually lights up when she sees your offering. She says, "Oh yeah, I've heard about this place, but I've never been able to get over there." That's
Yeah, we tried convincing them to come open a shop here, but it didn't go over too well.
oh well, that's a
Like,
shame.
not
But
badly, they don't want to move, which I understand.
One more time.
one more time, yeah. So yeah, at that point, Mako kind of just looks up at everyone and says, "All right, what's everybody having?"
Breakfast burrito.
Apparently breakfast burritos.
Not too familiar with that one.
I'll just take your special if you don't mind.
Oh, I got just the thing for you. And she starts searing off some meat and starts making eggs and potatoes and all the usual fixins, but she throws in some like extra spices just to get everything to the right amount of flavor to make for a satisfying meal.
Cat's like, I'll have what he's having.
I guess I'll have what he's having too.
Okay, so with that, she sets down 3 portions of this quote unquote special as you are all given scrambled eggs and some freshly baked bread with a pretty heaping side of potatoes, and you each get a piece of it's actually venison.
Ooh, venison. A lot of 44s.
And yeah, once you all start eating, it is delicious.
Kate's gonna devour their food and steal some from other people's plates while they're not looking.
Rude.
You don't know because you weren't looking.
It's my plate that's in front of my face. Roll stealth.
While this is happening, Dino just like Dino basically just like inhales his plate of food, and he just kind of leaves the empty plate there, and he you get up and you can do the thing that you whispered me now if you want.
All right, Kat. I'm gonna take a little trip to your girlfriend. See you later.
What? Going to get run out.
So
That's him.
So as Dino exits, Kat, you run after him. The door slams in front of you, but you open it up, and as you open it up, you watch as Dino turns into a raptor and just takes off.
Cat's like, fucker, so I'm gonna cast fly and fly after him.
Okay.
80 feet times 4, baby. Are you
I'm gonna
faster
go
than
for
that?
Shelly. I'm gonna leave
my
another
speed is
plate
faster
for
than my walk speed, so I'm going to fly after him. Wait, hold up. No. Can I do it?
Can you do what?
Can I use Storm Step to block him?
Make sure it's not lethal.
It's not.
I mean, to citizens. Make sure it's not lethal to citizens.
So
And other news, while you're figuring that out, I'm gonna leave enough on my plate for Kate to have some, and then I'm just gonna be like, I'm going to more Shelly's. Goodbye.
He just kind of goes in the sitting room and goes, I would wait, Cat's girlfriend, and then just bolts out the door with her food, like whatever food that comes that they can grab to eat on them.
all right, so yeah, Kat, you
So if I use the question is, if I use Storm Step, can I catch up with him?
So Storm Step has a range of 50 feet.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. So I'm just gonna fly.
Yeah, Yeah, he outpaces you over there, but you're not too far behind.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cast Fly and like chase after him.
Okay. So,
And as I'm chasing it down, it's like, what are you gonna do, you bastard?
He's running after them, well late behind Cat, going.
all right, so yeah, Dino arrives first with Cat trailing, and Kate is on like the very edge of the map here. Kate isn't actually that close because Kate is just slower. But
Yeah, Kate was slower and also late to understand what the hell is happening.
yeah, so Dino arrives first.
Get close enough to Dino before he enters to tackle him. Because I'm assuming he's gonna change out of a raptor before entering the store.
No.
No.
No. Can you fit through the door as a raptor?
A raptor isn't.
So
Yeah,
Raptors are pretty tiny.
yeah, raptor isn't any bigger than a person, so yeah, he can get through the door. And Saba, who is like literally just opening up for the day, is like shocked to like she recognizes Chomper because she's seen him before, but seeing Dino as a raptor is a bit of a surprise. And she's like are you friendly? I don't recognize you. I know him, but
I won't shape out. I say a quick hello, and then I tell her what I told you in the thing.
So at this point, Cat runs in and goes, Dino, you bastard! Get over here!
Oh no, you don't. I run 80 feet times 4, so I'm way faster than you are.
Well, you've already been there. You're already there, so I'm behind you.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her the thing before you can stop
I am
me.
saying for dramatic effect, I run in mid-sentence and go, Dino, you bastard, get over here.
Yeah, regardless of where you're at in telling her the story, she's bursting in with that.
yeah, so yeah, so you say what you want to say to Sava, and then you kind of just like back up and sort of just wait for Kat to do her dramatic entrance as she busts through the door.
Bust down the door and go, Dino, you bastard, get over here.
Yeah, I'm going to read it.
I give an evil smile back. What's wrong, Cat?
What did you tell her?
Sava looks over at you and just goes, "Yeah, what's wrong?"
I have to talk to you alone.
Oh, well,
and you,
sure.
You will not. If you took my moment away from me, I will hurt you in ways you couldn't possibly imagine.
Sure, Cat, whatever. I'm so scared you're a crossbow. Anyway, I'll give you two little privacy. Let's go, Chomper.
I'm sorry. He's been annoying me for the past. How long have we been away?
From Sandpoint, it's been probably like
a week and a half.
Probably no, it's been more than that because it took you a week to get over there, a week to get back. It's probably been like 3 to 3.5 weeks by now.
Okay, cool. He's been annoying the shit out of me for the past 3 weeks.
What about?
He's Dino. He's a bastard.
That doesn't answer my question.
Fine. So Cash is gonna walk up and kiss her.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, wait, is Kat like in multiple relationships? What's going on?
Cat's in no relationships until this very moment.
But like, you were literally having sex with a tiefling.
I'm gonna tell you something that
is that not a relationship?
People can just have sex.
Yeah, people can just have sex. That's a thing that happens.
Is that not a relationship then?
Probably not in the way that most people consider a relationship.
In the technical
but
sense, then maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
It is a type of relationship.
I'd say that's more relations than a relationship. But at any rate, Sava Sava looks surprised and just like, well, that was unexpected.
Oh God, did I do something wrong?
Tim,
Did I
look
read
at
this
the,
wrong? If I did, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I just didn't think this is how I would start my day.
Is it a bad way to start your day?
No, it's pretty nice actually.
Keep in mind, I'm not used to this. Okay, I don't do relationships. I mean, growing up, kind of like the whole relationship thing was pretty much just they were all of convenience or a contract. It wasn't feeling space. I mean, like love matches were a thing and they happened, but no, I'm not saying I'm in love with you. I mean, I really, really like you, and I didn't realize that until like I had the chance to meet somebody else, and it wasn't the same. And I could only think of you the whole time, and I worried about you the whole time. And also I got you these pies and these muffins. They're really good. You need to have some. Also this wine, and I missed you more than I thought I would.
Cat's gay too.
Cade is just busts into hearing all that and must just have like
Cat's like
fallen over in jaw, like joy and like cuteness overload.
Cat hears this, turns around, and just screams out.
I give an evil smile. I say,
Cade just out faces
"Hey, Cat,
and leaves.
want me to tell you what I told her?"
Anyway, so does Sava just leave me here hanging, or?
Sava, she grabs a chair and sits down and says, "This is all very nice, and I've never had blackberry brandy before. Let's let's share it."
That's like, oh, that's it?
Maybe I'm having fun talking
Sorry.
to your girlfriend.
Well,
Cade's
I mean,
listening
it's
at this
just
moment.
it's just a lot. Like, I won't lie,
Cade
I
looks towards
missed
the
you too.
door and just kind of pushes on the door and falls in a little bit and goes, "Are you guys idiots? Just go on a date."
Felt kind of weird after seeing you and your friends all the time. That, you know, to not have you come in for 3 weeks. You know, I missed you too. And well, I'm not gonna lie, I particularly like your personal
I gotta know
flair.
that first. I didn't know Sava had credit.
So we're listening.
Sorry, continue, DM.
She just
Was someone just on the phone?
she just says, "So, what brought all this about?"
I mean, so, like I said, I'm not used to feelings. I knew that I probably liked you more than a friend, but like, I never done the relationship thing. They were always kind of every type of non-friendship relationship has just been a means to an end. Like anything that's not like friendship or familial.
Mm-hmm.
And this is gonna sound weird. Don't get mad at me. But this one of the people that you're working with died protecting me, and when he was reborn, I felt guilty for everything that was happening. And he was always very nice and also like kind of hot. Not gonna lie.
She gives like a little nod of understanding.
And so I flirted with him, and he flirted back, and one thing led to another. And it felt different than the relations I've had before. I mean, don't get me wrong, it felt good. Real good. Dear God, did you know I'm gonna figure figure out if I could grow a tail. We'll figure that out, but like not permanently. Anyway, point being, I'm getting off track. It felt different because I felt guilty. And it took me a while to realize that it was guilt. Or shame? I feel like it was more guilt. Because it didn't feel as fulfilling, because when everything was over, all I could think of was you. And that you would be disappointed in me. I know we're friends, and if you don't want to go beyond that, that's fine. Trust me, I'll survive. And I didn't mean to ambush you this morning. I kind of thought, when I had trouble processing everything, so I was talking with my friends about it when we were, stuck on a boat, because you've got nothing better to do. And like I said, Dino's been kind of a bastard and making fun of me. So he ran over here while I was distracted. I thought that he was going to tell you all of this and spin it badly before I got the chance to tell you. Which is why I told him I'd end him if he ruined my moment.
She kind of swirls around her glass of brandy that she's poured for herself, and then she gives you a really warm embrace, and 1 second. Oh, jeez. She says, "Sit there for a second. I'm gonna get you something." And she goes over to the shelf where the crossbow that you first saw and really liked was sitting, and she grabs it and she says, "This is yours now."
I can't possibly take this. I mean, I can pay for it. I honestly could have paid for it like a few months ago. But
she
at
looks
that point, I would have run out of excuses to come here, and so yeah.
She takes a finger and just presses it up against your lips and just says, "I'm not letting you leave here without it." Because I meant what I said.
How sweet.
I meant what I said. I missed you too. And
Dina, didn't you leave? Why are you saying, "Oh, how sweet"?
This is the thing.
I didn't move his token or anything, but yeah.
Back to vulnerability, because Kim is very used to being vulnerable. Kat is not, and Kat is freaking out right now.
So it's like Kat, previous Kim, before Kim was vulnerable?
Oh, no, I've always worn my heart on my sleeve.
Aww.
Anyway.
So yeah, I have the information for it here. I just gotta find it.
Wait, what?
The crossbow.
Oh.
Here we go.
This is gonna sound
Got
weird,
it.
but normally this is this supposed to be some sort of like pity gift?
There's no pity involved here. I'm
listening from the other side of the door, being like,
I'm realizing that there needs to be more to my life than just this business, and you've shown me that, and I want to pursue this wherever it ends up. And I know you've had your eye on this crossbow for a long time, and I want you to have it. I know how much you like your crossbows.
I need to use my magic more. I've gotten better at it. It's a bit weird because I always kind of had to hide it. I mean, I was always told that you don't want to seem more powerful than you really are, and so I'm still getting used to using my magic. But I do always like a crossbow.
I'm going to add this to your sheet now, the weapon.
And I'm just gonna just carefully hold it and say thank you. I feel like there needs to be more than that, but thank you.
Kate's realizing they're getting really cute and is now gonna remove themselves from the door and just kind
Is
of.
it just me, or is it kind of warm in here?
Sava says, just promise me you'll take down something big with that and show me.
Oh, that reminds me, I have presents for you. I mean, other than in addition to the food. The food is just because the stuff's really good and I really liked it.
Oh wow, there's
And
more?
if I don't give it to you, I'm gonna eat it all.
Oh, all right. Well,
And if I eat it all, I am not moving from bed for like 2 weeks.
I mean,
Or at least 2 days, because I will be stuffed. And it is not good. I will inhale it. Please take some.
well, I haven't had breakfast yet, so sure. Let's see it.
Like, Kate and I tried buying the whole damn shop. That's how good this stuff is.
I'll have to check it out sometime. Where is it?
Turtleback Ferry.
No, it's Roderick's Cove.
Roderick's Cove, sorry. Roderick's Cove.
Yeah. Well, how do you know where it is?
It's in Roderick's Cove. I've learned how to fly, and maybe if I learn how to teleport, we can go, or take a road trip. Monday.
Yeah, I've been meaning to travel for a while now. It's kind of hard being the only one here, but
I mean, I'm sure Dino would love to run the shop for you.
Not much of a weapon shop, but I'll see what I can do.
You're not here for this conversation.
Oh yeah, damn the thing.
Okay, wait. The two, I feel like Dino and Kate have just been outside the door the whole time.
Probably.
That's what I'm envisioning.
Like, probably, but Kat is a little bit in her own world and, like, trying very hard not to think about the fact that her friends are outside of the earpiece.
Yeah, Kate's eavesdropping, like, trying to be polite about it.
One second. I'm just doing some, like, sheet stuff. Yeah, so as you're discussing vacationing together, Dino walks back in.
Hi, you two.
Go away!
Hey, Cat.
What?
Remember I told you how I said I didn't tell her anything? That's kind of a lie.
What the
I
fuck
gave her like
did
an
you
evil smile.
What the fuck did you tell her?
You might not like it.
Look, I've already had a trying morning. Try me. I am I'm not emotionally spent, but I'm ready for a very big nap.
Alright. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. Cat's girlfriend. Do you
Sava.
mind telling Cat?
Please tell me you actually just call her Kat's girlfriend in game, because
Yes,
I have
did.
a response to that if you did.
Do you mind telling Cat what I told you?
So Kat's actually going to blush and turn to Sava and be like, do you have an issue with being called my girlfriend, or is that too much?
She just smiles and says, "Not at all."
Okay. So, what'd he tell you?
He just told me that you were back here in Sandpoint, and he wanted me to act suspicious about it, but as you can tell, I have a hard time keeping up an act like that. I'm not much of a not much for theatrics.
See, Cat, I didn't tell her anything you wouldn't want me to.
Cat is still just Cat's going to do the I'm watching you sign.
Cade, realizing that's what Dino did, just starts busting out laughing, and then looks back and forth between Cat and her friend, and then Lynn goes, "Wait, so girlfriend? Is it girlfriend? You have a girlfriend?"
I guess.
Cade just bounces up and down and hugs Cat, and then hugs the girlfriend and goes, "Yes! Bigger friends, bigger family."
We were gonna have some of the muffins and stuff that I got from Roderick's Cove. If you want to have some.
Yeah, certainly. If it's as good as this brandy, then
Oh, I was talking to Cade.
oh well. Sava just says it anyway because she's really enjoying the brandy.
Cade just goes, "Yeah, oh my god, yes." Cade just kind of looks and brings out a bottle. And just
her and goes, I already said to have that. When I said please share this with me, did you think I meant the brandy?
Cade just kind of looks over and goes, "Oh yeah, you know, I put the bottle over."
As much as I would love to spend time getting to know Cat's girlfriend a little bit more, but I say that you should leave these two little birds on their own for a little bit.
Oh, now you have a problem with it.
Of course, my mischievous deed is done, and now I will give you two. I would say alone time to get down to it. See you later.
He just looks over and goes, "It's not now. Now is not the time. I'll come back later." And just kind of skips
Hey,
off.
get your ass back over here and eat a fucking muffin.
I just imagine Cat grabbing Cade by the collar and Cade just going, and coming back. And then over the muffin, then talking to them about the armor I want to make for Aurelius. Just some like light leather armor, just something that can help him if he gets hit with something to not get crunched.
Sava,
says, "I'm really an armor designer, if you can tell."
Sava kind of just like shoots down the rest of the brandy, and she says, "Yeah, I could totally do that." What sort of material are you thinking?
Leather, something light, studded leather, maybe. That would be good. Something you can still move in and be agile in, but enough where it can protect him from a hit or two.
Okay, the type of armor that Chomper has is Hell Knight's leather. It's way better than studded leather.
He just kind of goes, "Well, then that. Yeah, that."
Okay. Well, Hell leather tends to be a bit on the heavier side as far as leather goes, but I can do my best to lighten it up. I'm sure I can put something together for you.
Kate just grins and goes, "Whatever you the cost, let me know. I'll pay full price, of course."
She kind of does some quick math and says, "Yeah, I could make that for you for I don't know, let's say 20 gold." Did you not hear me?
Kate, are you not going to be paying for your armor?
Hello.
No, I was waiting for you to say the number. I heard you go.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 20 gold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Kate's just gonna take out 20 gold and then look at Cat and put another 5 gold down and then look back and then just kind of slide at the counter and not say anything else and go with just a giant grin on their face.
All right, great. Let's see. I could
Cat, don't get mad at me. I see him being nice.
probably have that done for you in a couple of days.
Kay just nods and goes, "Thank you," and then looks at Dina and goes, "Leave now? Yes."
Yes, let's leave these two lovebirds alone time. See you later, cat.
Bye, cat. And then we just grin and leave.
All right, and where are you two headed?
Got my own summon I need to pay a visit to Shayla's house.
All right, so you head to the general store.
Kay's just being nosy and following.
Of course, Kate is nosy. Hey, it's Age. I haven't seen him in a long time. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, I've had to remove Edge from all these maps. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
So
Get in touch with Edge to see if he's coming back.
we haven't been able to get in touch with him.
Okay, I guess.
So yeah, you arrive at the general store. Shayless is behind the counter, and she is doing her best to. You see her like even before you walk up to the counter, you see her like reach down a couple of times, as she seems to be trying to keep something uh sort of content and not acting out of pure energy. But up until you get to the counter, you can't see what it is, and then once you get to the front, you look over the counter, and sure enough, you see a baby iguanodon next to her.
That's adorable. I smacked Dino.
I know, right? And also, Dinosaur's kind of cute too.
I see. I shouldn't be here either, Kate just says, realizing. Kate just starts to slowly back out of the shop and goes, "Cute Dino," and then leaves.
Alright, you go make sure Ursula's not doing anything reckless, alright?
Bitch, I'm at more Shelley's. I'm not doing anything reckless.
That's what they all say. Keep an eye on her, Kate.
Will do. And Kate runs off to find Ursula.
Does Cade know where Erzlin is if Cade left before Erzlin left?
No, which is why Kate went to go find you in the town that I've lived in my entire life.
Where did you go
Okay.
again?
More Shelley's.
Oh, right. So you are gonna be up here. What's Dream doing? Just out of curiosity.
Is Dream even back?
I don't know. Rob's not muted. Maybe he's doing his thing. I don't know. But
It's been more than 30
It's
minutes.
about. It's 8 my time, not 8 your time. Very big difference, I suppose.
yeah. Okay.
Now it's 8 your time.
So yeah, Shayless looks at you and says, "Well, as you can see now, there's been a new addition to my life."
Cute. How has he been?
Let me tell you, it's been so taxing, just keeping him away from my parents and keeping them from finding out.
Yeah, so you actually have been keeping him hidden. Surprises me, actually. You named the little guy?
Actually, haven't yet. He only hatched a couple days ago. I've been having a hard time thinking of a name.
You know, the best way to name a dinosaur is the first name that they respond to.
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose. Been too busy thinking about it to really try anything. I'm sure I'll come up with something. How have you been?
Pretty good. Let me see. I'm going down the list. I've murdered metal scorpions. I've murdered giants. I've killed About 30 ogres, give or take. I've killed. A whole bunch of things I'm going to kill this recently. It's been pretty GG easy.
So you've been waking up and just killing things for the last few weeks. That's must have been exciting.
One way to put it, we had to take back a fort from at least 40 ogres. Took it back.
Her eyes go wide and she's like, wow, I don't even think I could fight one ogre. That's really impressive that you and your friends could do that.
Let me tell you, I do not recommend it. One ogre can down with my party members just from a couple of hits.
I'll keep that in mind. Although I don't plan on running into any ogres anytime soon.
Perhaps not.
Find
But
it?
it's always good to be prepared just in case.
Of course. Find anything good out there?
Plenty of loot, actually.
Oh yeah, nice. Like what?
Let me see. A couple of power belts, a bunch of art that Ursula's supposed to be selling.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure she'll get a good price. She's always had a knack for that. I've heard from your friends.
Sure. So, how's your father been?
Oh, he's pretty much the same. Just overbearing and just doing whatever he can to keep me under his thumb. But with you guys having been out of town for a few weeks, kind of haven't noticed it as much. Just really just been like putting my head down and getting my work done. It's been kind of nice actually.
You doing any better?
I mean, he has his good days and his bad days. There was there was one night when I decided to um take a walk late at night and nothing happened, but when I got home he wouldn't even look at me. It was really strange. I mean, he was definitely drunk, but the next day things, you know, mostly went back to normal. But I still thought that was weird. Um,
So, he's still drinking then.
yeah, he is. I have to give him some credit. He's cut back a little, but probably not enough to really make much of a difference. He was he was doing okay the first few days after you and your friends left town. Was trying his best not to turn to the bottle, but it didn't last.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I see him drinking, I remind him that it's something that's, well, maybe not caused him a lot of pain, but it certainly isn't helping. And sometimes he's receptive, other times he just brushes me off. But honestly, a while back, he never would have paid any mind to what I thought about it. So it is progress.
That's good, I suppose. Not the best thing in the world, but far from the worst.
Yeah, it's just another day in Sandpoint, you know.
Hmm. Hey, I got a whole bunch of treats from a town. Couple of days to travel here. Want to try some?
Oh, definitely. Haven't eaten anything yet today. I kind of woke up late and had to get the shop open. What do you have?
Let me see. Just lifts off a couple of things. Blackberry pie, blackberry bread, dozen cookies, dozen donuts. Help yourself. Got plenty of things to talk over.
Oh, great. This all looks so good. She grabs she grabs a donut and takes a takes a bite that was probably a little bit too big. She made a little bit of like a mess, like some jelly on her face. She grabs something to wipe it up, and she says, "This is amazing."
I know, right? For like all of this, plus an extra pie, it was like 30 gold.
Wow, that's not a bad deal. Where'd you say this was again?
Refresh my memory. What town was this from?
Roderick's Cove.
Roderick's Code?
Cove, yeah. Um, Says, huh? I've never been there.
Recommend it. There's a halfling that store is blackberry, I think. Specializes in blackberry pastries and whatnot.
I wonder if that's her given name or if she took it later.
Hard to
But
say.
but I would say if everything is this good, then she's certainly worthy of it.
Yeah, friends tried to convince her to move down to Sandpoint. Didn't really go well, as halflings don't really like moving.
Yeah, some of them can be rather set in their ways. I get it. Or at least I experience it frequently with my parents, but I digress. I'm just
Yeah,
glad that you
showing me.
I'm just glad that you and your friends are back and that you're all safe.
Definitely had some close calls, but yep, we're still alive.
Well, good. Let's keep it that way. I've been I've been continuing my training a bit while you've been away too. Really feel like I'm getting somewhere. Haven't seen your other friend though that was helping you out with that. Hope he's all right.
I hope so too.
Oh, it's I didn't realize that you guys weren't traveling together anymore.
And he has something about something about his goddess, and we haven't seen him since.
Hmm. Well, I mean, it sounds important, but hopefully he can
Oh yeah.
find some time to reach out or come back for a bit. Would be nice to see him again.
Want me to show you a quick trick with the little iguana guy over there?
Sorry, what was that?
I'm gonna try to show Shaylis like the a little trick, like start training the iguanodon and start following orders.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull out a piece of the bread, and I'm gonna start. The first thing I'm gonna try to teach him is sit, stay, and come.
Okay. So roll handle animal or wild empathy would be fine for this.
All right, let me just look up something again because I kind of forget how well empathy works. Actually, I'm just gonna teach the iguanodon one of those. Just probably just stay. And then Shayla's is gonna have to learn to do the others on her own.
Okay.
All right, let me see here. Wild empathy. Okay, druid level plus charisma modifier, right? So that'd be plus 11. It's with the dinosaurs, so that's an extra Ultra +4. So this is +15.
All right. $26. Okay. So while the tiny iguanodon doesn't understand much and only its couple of days of life, it does understand that food and acquiring food is worthwhile. So it watches you intently as you hold the bread, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you hold the bread in front of it, it's like watching intently, following the piece of bread as you move it around, almost hypnotized by it. Um, given that it itself hasn't really been trained much, it is a bit of an uphill battle at first to get it to respond to what you want it to do. But it eventually gets a couple of basic things down, like, you know, sit, stay, basically, through your efforts.
All right, that's the basics of some quick, simple training. And I'll teach you some other, like, things to teach the little guy, but as of now, he's still too young to understand much. But he responds well.
This is really something. Apparently, you can train anything.
Can train anything, although my specialty is dinosaur. As I point to, like, I'm pretty sure Chomper was much smaller last time she saw him.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I'm pretty sure Chomper got bigger when we were in Magnemar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you guys didn't really stop off in Sandpoint on the way, or at least not for very long. So yeah, she may not have seen him since he grew. So yeah, actually, she eventually looks at Chomper, and she'll sort of bring that up now, and she just says, "Man, he got so much bigger."
I know, right? Stronger too.
What the hell have you been feeding him?
Salmon, lots of steak. All things he should be eating. Isn't that right, Chomper?
Chomper kind of just gives like a big toothy grin and just kind of like nudges you in the shoulder.
What?
Oh no, he was just responding to what you were saying.
Oh, fair enough.
Like, yeah, I'm eating good. Like, it's all thanks to this guy.
Anyway, so got really nothing to do in Sandpoint. Mind chilling out for a while?
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to stay here while I keep the shop running. And then maybe around I don't know, noon or so, we can go take a walk. Could probably use a break by then.
Your
Oh, feel
girlfriend
free
is
to
so
ask for my help.
sweet.
I know, right?
She's like, wait, Dino can train an animal to heal? I'm like, no, heal, not heal.
I mean, I probably could.
You probably could. That's right.
The iguanodon learns how to use wands like immediately. Just
Alright, make the Iguanodon Cleric. First objective.
Clarification: could Chomper deliver touch spells?
You can.
No. Oh, he can?
A little way, like anything that
I thought only
requires a
familiars
touch,
can do that, not animals'
anything that
companions.
requires like a self, like any spell that would affect myself and only myself, I can also affect Chomper.
Yeah, no,
I like
that's different. Yeah.
That's not the same as what I can do, which is I can literally load up a spell onto my familiar and have my drawings are still in Shelley's. And yeah, I could have the animal, my familiar, take the spell and deliver it.
Oh, fair enough.
All right, so I'm going to move now over to the Feathered Serpent while Dino
Please
and
set turn on the drawings that are still there.
while Dino and Shayla's catch up and enjoy each other's company. Oh my god. Get this fucking garbage off my screen.
No.
Get this off my screen. I'll tell you what, the dog can stay.
Okay, I worked hard on that.
Yeah, only because you worked hard on
the
that.
Dog.
Yeah, we're not going to delete that. So, oh no.
Weeks ago was that?
I accidentally clicked one of my bookmarks and
We got up and copy all.
left roll 20, but okay, we're back. Listen, Fluffy, I need you to become smaller. There we go.
Right? I have the chest set, the holy symbol, the mask, the statue. I don't have the painting. I have the deity. I don't have it.
So yeah, you walk on into the Feathered Serpent,
Okay.
and Vorvashali is there with a smile, and
Heyo!
he says, "Hey there, friend. I'm guessing because I haven't seen you in a while that you probably have a lot of weird stuff to show me."
Oh yes. So can you remind me, because it happened in a session I wasn't there. What was it exactly that we defeated that had all that treasure?
From the last
'Cause I
episode,
came in,
last week,
yeah, because I came in at the end.
it was a couple of stone giants.
Okay. I wanted to refresh my memory because, like I said, I came in at the end. Everyone's just gonna empty all the stuff out of her bag of holding and be like, "Look at all the loot I got from some stone giants."
Stone giants. What were you doing?
Yeah.
What were you doing fighting stone giants? Everything I remember about them is that they're mostly peaceful.
Commanded by a different dude. Right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, the Barl was acting under orders from another person, yeah.
They were under command of a different dude who was being literally aggro against us.
Oh, well, I suppose there are bad apples in every bunch. Okay, well, let's see what we have here. And he looks over everything. He stops at the platinum statuette, and he says, you know, as much as I like kind of things of the occult and sort of the creepy stories behind items, I'm not sure that I should be displaying this one in my store.
Check to see why.
Yeah, roll a religion check.
Hey, it's an unnatural 20.
Yeah, the statue is of Lamashtu, the evil mother of monsters.
I'm not gonna break it, but I do want. That one was worth the most money, I think.
Have I found Ursulin yet for my deductions of where she might be?
Roll.
I've been at Fort Shelley's for a while, waiting for my turn.
How do you want to go about this? Do you want to roll
Sniff me out.
figure out track her? Do you want to ask around townsfolk to see if anyone's seen her? Do you want to
Yeah, I'm gonna track her only because, like, I don't know that there's only a few spots she tends to go to if we're all not chilling at the end anyway. So I'm gonna visit like the normal stores that she goes to, and no random or in a random order, essentially, just hoping I get it. And then if I don't get it, then I'm gonna go tracking. And I'm not trying to steal your thunder, Ursula. This is all you. I'm
No,
just
no,
gonna say
that's fine. It's fine.
All right, roll. Just roll wisdom
That's so much dirt in my bed.
to be like,
I'm gonna
if I were Urslan, where would I go?
honestly, after I deal with Forge Valley, because this is downtime, whatever money I get from here, I'll split with everyone else, and then I'm gonna go take a shower because I have to get up early in the morning and get ready. So
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going for too much longer, but
Yeah, no, it's literally it. That was it. I just be like, oh, Kate's
no,
hearing.
I'm just no, it's fine, Allie. I was just saying, like, I just wanted to get rid of the stuff, sell it,
okay.
go back to the inn, give everyone their money, and then I want to personally hop off because I want to go take a shower.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing.
Yep. So
Big day tomorrow. Big day.
right. So Cade, you think of all of the places that you think Urslan might head to. You do think of the Feathered Serpent, but sort of like in your walking around Sandpoint trying to like get over there, you find yourself getting sidetracked a lot. Just the sights of the town and seeing some familiar faces that you hadn't gotten to see in a few weeks. Stopping for small talk with some of these people kind of takes some of your time, but eventually you do make your way over to the Feathered Serpent and you do arrive. Now, in the meantime, Vorvashali has been sort of doing his own appraisal of everything that you've brought him, and he comes up with a number of gold pieces.
It's like I could sell that platinum statue because I mean, can I ask Warren Shelley to melt it down into platinum coins, or would I have to go to a metalsmith factory?
Well, there in that case, you're probably looking at dealing with some of the agents of Abadar because they run the banks. Maybe maybe Brodert would be interested in that item. I'm sure you could put some fine story behind it and have him take it off your hands. But for all of the other items, let's see. I think I can give you. Well, actually, this might come to more gold than I have on hand right now. Let's see. If my math is right, that is.
We'll use the excess gold that you don't have and work something out with my masterwork silk armor.
Yeah, I mean, I could enchant something for you.
And I'll pay the difference. So basically, you pay me what you have in gold coins for these items. We'll use the excess and whatever else it costs to enchant my masterwork armor, and that way, you're making money and giving money at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I think that we can do an arrangement like that. Well, I can give you 500 gold pieces for all that stuff because that's what I have on hand right now, and that would leave you with a little over 700 in credit, so to speak.
Okay.
So let's see here. I will give you this link. You can scroll down a little bit for the enchantments.
done like. Do I have to roll?
No,
Or
you
do
don't.
I only
No,
get a
you
certain
don't.
one?
You don't have to roll. The roll thing is just for like if I was making up items. But
What's my is it just based off cost at this point? Whatever I can afford?
so anything that says +1 bonus, the base price is 1,000.
But like the +2 armor special abilities, I can't use those.
Well, I mean, they're gonna cost you a shit ton. I mean, if you have the gold, then yeah, but that's gonna be 4,000 plus whatever
I think I have
whatever the
because
plus next to it is.
I have 5,000 gold. I'm sorry, more like 8,000 gold if I include the platinum pieces.
Hmm. The other issue is that he may not be a high enough level caster to do that, but
I probably only go to +2 to be honest, because I want to at least branch out besides the first ones. What is Deathless?
uh yeah, he's actually not a high enough level caster to just do like a straight +2. He could do
Oh,
like
so he can't do like
well,
Glamour, Jousting, Shadow, like those he can't do?
no, he could do like 2+1s to like add up to a
Oh,
+2.
okay. God damn it. I mean, if Kate wants to do anything while I'm picking out a thing, should
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
sure.
Oh, well, not really. Kay wants to sell the gems. That's about it.
I kind of cleaned them out, so you might have to
Well,
sell the gems as.
that's why I'm laughing.
Well, yeah, there's also the jeweler that you could go to.
Yeah, unless you want to do something with armor and have him like enchant it. Oh, spell storing.
I think for now, Kay's just gonna.
I'm gonna do spell storing. That's actually really smart. I could just load up a spell into my armor, and if someone hits me with a melee attack, that spell gets cast onto them.
Oh, it sounds like a plan.
So I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna choose spell storing.
Okay. So
I'm imagining like all these the list of things he could do is like in like when you go to Carvel or you go to like an ice cream place and they have that book of cakes you could get. That's what I'm imagining he has. It's just a book of what he can do.
I
Like,
mean, yeah, he probably seems like the kind of guy that would have that.
so I'm just gonna be like, oh, this one here, spell storing. Yes, please, that one.
He says, "Yeah, that seems like a wise choice." Um, and he like looks over at your gun and says, "Didn't realize you were into that stuff now."
Oh yeah, yeah. My my patron chose me and gave me all these abilities. I can make people suffocate just by telling them to go fuck off. It's pretty fun.
That's exciting. I would imagine Jabrail would have a number of jobs for you if you felt so inclined.
Probably. It's really effective against stupid people and stupid creatures.
Yeah, I think if I had to guess what sort of spells you would use if I had known, then yeah, I would imagine you'd be taking advantage of those types of creatures.
Yeah.
So yeah, spell storing armor, great. I can do that. It'll probably be my usual 1 week turnaround time, of course, but
That's fine.
as far
I'm
as
gonna
any,
give him the
yeah, you would owe him 300 gold on top.
yeah. So I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand him over the armor and be like, you be extra careful with this.
He looks down at it and he says, "Oh wow, spider silk. Never worked with this before. Where'd you get it?"
You remember Dino? He kind of conjured up some spiders and had them shoot their webs for me, and then me and Dream made the web armor.
Man, you guys are a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, kinda.
All right, well, I'll get to work on this, and then he starts to he places the armor down on the table over here, and then he looks up and he notices Cade's there too, and he says, "Oh yes, another one of my friends. What brings you here?" Cade.
I muted myself to talk because I thought I was muted. So then yeah. Cade, looks at him and goes, "I'm looking to get some. Well, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. You made a good point about enchantments, and even though you don't have any gold, I could just." Cade just kind of looks at him and goes, "Do you have like a glossary of what you do?" Can I come? Cade just kind of stumbles over the words and goes, "Yes, I need help. Do I know what it is yet? No. Can I come back to you?" Stupid question. Obviously, I can come back to you. You literally run a store. Cade just looking desperately at Ursula and being like, "Help."
So right now, Vorvashali is that meme where it's like the stick figure, like he has his finger in the air and then he like puts it down.
Yes, exactly. And Cade's just kind of like, I enchant things, yes, but I don't know where to even start on what to enchant my things with. So I need a belt. Belt? I don't have anything there. That'd be useful. Um, Kate just kind of looks at Rashali like very lost, being like, "Help me."
Well, okay, let's try to narrow this down a little bit. What specifically are you trying to get here? You said a bunch of different things. I realize you're probably looking to get something enchanted. I think I gleaned that from what you were saying. Um,
Cade realizes and looks at him and says, "I think I'm gonna need a day or two to figure it out, but I could either use another a belt that could help me more, I guess, enchanted in a way where it'll help me get my spells through people more, or well, there are so many enchantments. It seems that I don't know what would be the best fit for me." So
hmm.
in character, Cade wants to know and talk to him. Out of character, literally, there are so many that I am thinking of. I'm not sure which one I want yet, so.
Okay. So Vorashali will he kind of like strokes his small beard a bit, and he just says, "All right, tell you what, I'll talk to my people. I'll see what I can get in for you, and hopefully I can get something to your liking."
Cade just nods in appreciation and goes, "As prepayment, Cade's just gonna look at him and go, "I trust you," and I'm just gonna put the giant topaz on the counter.
This is quite a rock you got here.
And looks at him and go, "Instead of gold, could I give you this?"
Well, certainly. Let me just take a quick look here and see what it's worth.
Alright, I'm back.
He rolled really high. He says, wow, this is very nicely cut. Little to no inclusions. Yeah, this'll definitely be a start.
Cade just grins and says, "Okay, consider it my down payment, and when we hammer out the ideas more and finalize it, we can finalize the cost."
All right, perfect. I'll see you in a day or two then.
Cade just nods.
And then he turns back to Ursula and says, and you, just,
Yes.
you already know when to come back for your thing.
Yes, I do.
All right, well, I'm going to get to it. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so yeah, what would Dream have been doing around town? Rob?
What was the question? Sorry.
What would Dream have been doing around town? Because this is basically just an around town session. Like, people are just going and talking to their NPC friends and such. Like, what would Dream have been doing?
First questions first. Would Jareem have also been listening at the door earlier?
Alright, I'm signing up, guys. Good night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Probably.
Okay.
So yeah, then we're placing Dream outside Sava's for a little bit, and then he heads off to whatever it is that he wants to do, which is...
Do I have a drug dealer in this town?
Yeah, dude, you have Jabril.
Oh yeah, we're okay. Yeah.
So we're going to the Fat Man's feed bag then. All right.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Okay, so Fat Man's feed bag. What a nice coincidence. Your token is already here, along with Babu. Okay, time to open up the trusty drug list, which I somehow do not have bookmarked. That is my own stupid fault. All right. So, Jabrail is sort of still finishing up with cleaning the bar from last night's revelry. Sees you walking in and is just like, oh, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? It's been, what, 3 weeks or so?
Has it been that long?
About, yeah, because you went to Magnamar, you didn't really spend much time here on your way through, and then it took a week to get to Turtleback Ferry. You spent probably about another week total taking care of everything, maybe even a little more, and then a week to get back here. So yeah, about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while, buddy.
Well, I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know why you're here, so I will show you what I have then, right?
Lay it out.
Alright, so his stock has increased a little bit in terms of like variety. Wow, okay, so the first thing he shows you, it is a sort of translucent blue small, like, it's portioned out into like these little like cubes, almost like the size of like a sugar cube. And yeah, like I said, it's like translucent blue, and it's a little bit like soft to the touch, which is interesting to say the least. he says, "Yeah, man, I gotta tell you, I got this in, and I don't know why, but nobody wants it. I was really talked up on this one that it was something special, and I guess my customers aren't that into it. Um, it's called Zegu, and well, it's especially weird because this is the time of year when this little number would prove to be quite handy.
What'd you do?
In game terms, you take this and you are immune to cold. Actually, no, you're not immune. You have resistance 10 to cold damage, and you don't have to make any checks to withstand the cold for 1 hour.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll take like. How many people are in the party again?
Actual people 5.
5. I'll take 10.
All right, very good. I'll get that set aside for you, and let's see the next item here. Oh yes, this is another one that my client base has not really taken to, but like the Zegu, it was something that was really strongly pitched to me. This is called Shadow Gut, and what you see before you is a pitch black gel sitting on top of like a piece of kind of looks like wax paper, just so that it doesn't like stick. Um, it is very like slick to the touch, and he says to you, "Yeah, I was told that this one is great for people who want to sneak around, um, but it's not without its drawbacks." And out of game, you are dealt 2d8 negative energy damage upon ingesting this, but you get a +5 to your stealth for the next hour as the effects of the drug almost make you appear to fade into darkness.
Yeah, I'll take a few of those. I'll take 5 of those.
Oh, very good, very good. Okay. Next we have. Okay, the next thing he shows you is a small box that has about a half dozen or so vials that appear to be portioned out into like single doses. This each of these vials contains a bright blue liquid, and he tells you that it's called Deluge. Let's see here. Wow, okay. So I'm going to, in game terms, I'm going to have to finagle this one a bit, but the long and short of it is you ingest this drug and you take a small amount of constitution damage for taking it. However, you will gain access to magic, like additional magic than what you already have. What's listed here, it says usually it's like a cantrip or like a first level spell. But depending on how pure the substance is, it could grant you more powerful magic. I'll have to work with the details of that one, but Jabrail basically says, yeah, it's called Deluge because anyone who does it always says they feel a flood of energy and power washing over them.
It could come in handy too.
Next, he shows you another set of vials. These are filled with a liquid that is iridescent. He says this stuff is called Scurva, and this is more for, you know, this is more of a fun kind of drug than a go do stuff kind of drug. Anyone who takes this has told me that they see all the colors around them becoming more vibrant. The lights around them shimmer, and sometimes I've even been told that when a user sees lights, they almost look like they're liquefying. And this drug is very, very strong in terms of intoxication effects. You are not going to need much to get going with this.
Yeah, I'll take a bunch of those.
All right, so we're winding down. He's got 2 more to show you. He shows you a small black sort of like cylindrical container that has a red paste inside of it. He says, this is called the Lady's Love, and it's made from the sweat of a succubus, if you can believe that.
Huh.
So when you rub this paste on your skin, as far as I'm aware, it removes all of your inhibitions. Now, side effects, your behavior will become more, let's say, blunt. Some might say it causes you become a little more selfish, maybe. And, for someone like you, it's going to leave you feeling aroused as well.
I like it.
This drug will give you a bit of a boost. And in game terms, it is going to be that for an hour. He does warn you, however, that this paste is highly addictive.
I don't need to worry about that.
Oh yeah? How do you figure?
Cause I have that amulet. And addiction is an illness.
True. So you're golden then.
Yeah. I'll take 10 of those.
Oh my god. All right. And the last one here. I'm gonna re-roll this last one. I don't think it's that cool.
It seems like Drain's already addicted without needing the addiction. It's just like, yes, just drugs. There's no exact one, just drugs. Yes.
My choice versus my addiction are 2 very different things.
It reminds me of this friend of mine that I went to Camp Bisco with. Towards the end of the festival, he was like getting kind of low on money, and that didn't seem to faze him. He was like, "Yeah, man, like I'm just gonna take the rest of my money, like no more food, just drugs. I'm just gonna buy drugs." And
there you go.
I was like, I don't know if I would do that, but
Yeah,
I'm not
the smartest.
I'm not you, man.
But
And also, I'm saying Dream's addicted to having fun in any way he wants, not necessarily.
That's right.
This one's already similar to something you already have, so I'm gonna reroll again. Oh, that's not fun. That doesn't do anything useful. Okay. I have to change the name of this one because yeah, I do have to change the name of this one because it's a creature that has a different name in this system. So the last one is another box of vials. This is a clear liquid. He says, now this one, tell me something. You value your eyesight?
Not in the slightest.
Well, you're gonna after you do this. So basically, you take this stuff and you put it directly into your eyes. And once you do that, you see everything. And I mean everything, man.
Yeah, I'll take a bunch of those also.
So the actual name of this is Eye King's Tears.
This is awesome.
This is like I said, it's a clear liquid that when it is applied to the eyes, you gain true sight out to 30 feet for 1 hour. However, it also causes you to hallucinate.
Yes.
And you will, if after doing this enough times, you will eventually have to start making will saves to avoid basically going mad from it, like paranoia.
All right, so I guess that's like what, either 5 or 10 of everything.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, you've certainly got thousands of coins burning a hole in your pocket right now. So
yeah, we'll make it 10 of everything.
10 of everything. Okay, so he's like, I don't even know how I'm gonna wrap this all up. Let me see if I have a big enough box. And he goes like looking around, and like he does eventually find a crate, and it's like packed to the brim with all this shit. And he's like, I've never had anyone buy this much in one shot unless well, I've never had a customer buy this much in one shot. I've, given out to my men like this, but man, this is one for the ages right here. All right, this is going to cost you Jesus, man, 10 of everything. We'll call it 300 gold.
All right. All right, so give him the 300 gold.
He looks at you, he says, I know it's a lot of money. You're not going to regret it. I'm telling you. You'll be back.
Oh, I know.
he that was actually him laughing. He gives a nice hearty chuckle as he happily sends you on your way after a massive purchase.
It's a good day.
Today is a good day. All right. Was there anything else that you wanted to do?
He's gonna take a little bit of the scurva.
Take a little bit of the scurva. Okay. So yeah, you step outside first, or?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you step outside, and the weather right now it's chilly. Mostly cloud cover in the sky, although the sun is beginning to peek through. You you take this, you knock back one of the vials of scurva, and you instantly feel like the clouds have like a more I guess the best way to put it is like defined form. Like, picture the clouds suddenly having like a black outline around them, as if they were being like drawn for like a comic book or something like that.
I like it.
And then like the sun reflecting off of the water in the harbor. The harbor begins to change colors slightly. You see anything else that the sun is reflecting off of, like it looks like it's starting to melt, almost like it's being held under a magnifying glass, like something that would melt under like direct heat.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and you're just and you're like you're not able to walk in a straight line. Like I said, it's a very intoxicating drug. So, negotiating the streets of Sandpoint is going to be a bit of a task, depending on where you want to go.
I guess I'm heading back to the inn if it fucked me up that bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is one that is just gonna do that to you until you're more used to it. All right, so you head on back. I'm gonna put at the very least I'm gonna put Urslan and Cade back there. Realizing that I never moved Cade off of the general store. Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries.
I mean, apparently Sava and I are being very intimate. I'm still kind of thing. Oh wait, no, you just moved me. Never mind.
I did, yeah. I figure like enough time has passed. I mean, we can always like fill in the more details later, or even next session since we're probably gonna be doing
To
more
be
downtime
fair,
stuff.
I think Kat would have been a little overwhelmed and been like, "Okay, great. I'm gonna go die at home now. I'll see you tomorrow."
But eventually, after various amounts of time milling about town and catching up with your friends, you all eventually make your way back to the Rusty Dragon. I'd say probably around like dinner time.
So Kat's gonna turn to Kate and be like, "So Kate, you lived here a while. What's the housing market like?"
What? I don't own a house here, so no clue. I have a room. Did you Did you forget how excited I was finally having a room?
I figured you may have heard things, but oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I heard things. They cost a lot.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I'm just.
Not offended.
I'm thinking
Not
of
offended.
maybe
Not.
putting down roots or something.
Kate just kind of looks at her and goes, "We do have that haunted manor."
I'd like something that's not haunted.
Look
I
at
don't want.
Kat wanting to settle down with her little girlfriend. How cute.
How Shayla's doing? Or not Shayla's. Is it Shayla's?
Kate just starts laughing. So, I would have to say that the manor's not haunted anymore because of what we did. Correct?
Nope. Still very much haunted.
It is still haunted out of game. I can tell you it is very much haunted. There's it is possible to get rid of the haunts, but you guys didn't meet the conditions for that.
Yeah, Cat's not. That Cat's like not worth it.
I say we just bulldoze the house and build a new one.
It's the land's haunted.
I mean, that
Alright,
just
fine, we
angers the
bulldoze
spirits,
the
don't you
land.
know?
We bulldoze the land.
Anyway, Dino, I
know
notice you're not answering my question. How's Shayla's doing?
We steal the moon.
Oh, she's doing great.
Yes. The moon.
Dad is still a bit of a drunk, but supposedly he's been getting better.
That's actually good to hear. I really do hope she's okay. I should go pay her a visit.
Don't like how she's pretty much running the store on her own, but eventually she'll find somewhere better, I hope.
Maybe she could use a hand?
Cough, cough, dinosaur in the sky, cough, cough.
I mean, I'm not sure how me and Chomper can really help her run the store, but I guess I can try. Yeah, a few days we're here. Before the you-know-what shows up.
That's what I was saying. Or we could help her by dealing with that.
I mean, there's not much we could do until it shows up, right?
Maybe
we might as well enjoy a little bit of downtime. Maybe.
Kate just breathes and goes, "Yeah, I guess, but also maybe we can do things to help prevent damage, or at least mitigate some damage." Do we want to let everyone know?
We should probably let people know.
Ameko perks up at the tail end of that as she was busy cooking, and she was like, "Know about what?"
Dino, you want to explain
Worry about it.
Dino, you should tell them.
Cade just blurts out the sky dinosaur. You can ask
I'm
Nino.
gonna look around and see if anyone's inside the tavern.
The dinner rush hasn't really started yet. There are a couple of kind of like random townspeople like sitting in like the corner tables like way off to the left.
Cash is gonna look at Dino and be like, "Doesn't matter if it's crowded or not. People should still know so they can make a decision for themselves."
Perhaps, but my concern is that when normal folk hear about this type of news, they panic and make things worse.
Well, I think the people who let us live here deserve the right to know. Because we're going to be sitting here preparing for it, aren't we? Amiko, there's going to be a sky dinosaur. And then I look at Dino and say, take it away.
Alright, Amiko, long story short, someone or something is attacking here. It ain't gonna be pretty either.
Mako turns towards Bathana and just like there's definitely a visible look of concern on her face, and she says, "Okay, well, one, how do you guys know this is happening, and two, when is it happening?"
You know Turtleback Fairy and the Blackthorn Rangers, right?
I've heard stories about the Black Arrows. Yeah.
Long story short, they had their fort entirely taken over by ogres, like 40 of them. We killed them all, went to their base, killed them all. They're run by giants, by the way, stone giants to be precise. And they had a note saying that the human town called Sandpoint may or may not have what the quote unquote Lord seeks. So some name will lead several people and a dragon to raid the town. So there's that.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there.
So main thing, Cade just says, giant sky dinosaur we should defend against in some way, but we have no idea what direction it's coming from. So our thought was to come back here and do what we can from here when it comes.
Well, that's easy. The sky.
What direction in the sky?
We are
I don't know, but no amount of walls or fortifications will save you against the dragon.
Well, if other things and water, depending, or what kind of dragon? We know what kind of dragon it is, don't we?
I'm pretty sure it can fly.
Sky dragon would imply that.
Kate's saying, like, my point is we can get water prepared, so if fires start, we can put them out, we can put stations, we can get people prepared to go to their basements, get rations, something.
Out of character, I do have a question. So, do all dragons breathe fire, or different elemental dragons in charge of different elements?
Well, that's why I was asking.
So yeah, the out of game answer is the type of energy that a dragon wields is linked to what color it is. Red would be fire based, blue or electricity, green would be poison, I think, and then I think black is acid, and then white is cold.
I will, from personal experience from other games, black is acid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is in Pathfinder as well. Because like those are like the 5 major energy types and process of elimination. You know.
I may have previously played a tiefling that flew a little too close to the sun.
Oh well, yeah. Then you already know.
Oh,
anyway. So back to game.
Best course of action might be able to teach everyone how to use cannons. That's really it.
Wait, hold up. Do we know that it's a fire-breathing dragon?
No, we do not. We just, in the letter, it just says, as well as the dragon.
Yeah, the only thing that might make you lean towards, hey, this might be a red dragon, is like Edge's story.
Okay.
Just because he's encountered one before.
That was why I leaned towards fire, and also Kate was saying like, or that sea hydra thing that we fought. But I just was thinking water will neutralize a lot of the things that a dragon might deal with, besides the electric one. So I figured stations where we have water prepped and stuff to stop
anything because then at least you can stop fires if it starts. Kay just kind of like trails off and goes, I don't know what to do. My point is sky dragon, not good.
To be
Sandpoint's my
fair, Ed
I
should
don't
mention, like, in his stream that Sandpoint was on fire, so there's a good chance that whatever this dragon is, it can use fire.
I just wanted to make sure because we might be, if it's a water dragon, we might be feeling it.
Tossing
sounds
water
like it's
on the
probably a
dragon.
fire
We're
dragon,
putting
so it's
water
relevant.
on the actual buildings.
No. Kay just says, Kay looks at both of them and goes, okay, Dino, if it can control water, then I can see what Cat's point is. But also, Sandpoint is kind of just Cage's motions at the dock and the ocean and everything else and goes, water.
No, I understand. That's why I was asking. It sounds like it's probably a fire dragon, so I'd err on the side of caution, and I agree with you. We should probably get something prepared.
And even if it is a water dragon.
I think if it's a water dragon, we're screwed either way, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Cat's gonna kind of look on at horror like, I was kidding.
Kay just goes, I kind of wasn't. Do you guys not remember the Hydra we fought?
We survived. Barely.
Was it left?
We annoyed it enough that it went away.
And to be fair, like 15 eels will do that to a Hydra.
Mako is kind of just taking all of it in, and she's just wide-eyed, like, just in her own mind, she's probably thinking something like, "There's no way this is happening here. Like this can't be happening." Like that kind of reality sinking in for her.
Meanwhile, this is just a Tuesday for us.
Yeah, it really is.
Hey, Mako, relax. We got this.
Okay. Who else knows about this?
From the party, no one.
I told Sava earlier.
God damn it, Cat.
Oh, fuck yes. Excuse me for the language and the distraction. I have the Ranger game on my other monitor right now, and they just won the series in overtime.
Okay, that's
awesome.
Interruption.
That means the dragon goes away, right?
They were down 3-1 in this series, and they've won games 5, 6, and 7, and they're moving on to the second round. Fucking love to see it. Anyway, sorry for that. I did have something I was going to do, and I've now completely forgotten it because I'm so happy. Oh yes, so Mako, upon hearing your response to her question, she looks up and says, "Well, I think at the very least we need to tell Sheriff Hemlock and the mayor."
Fair enough.
You know, I don't know what they would do in response to something like this. I mean, I can't remember any point in this town's history that we've had, would you say, a dragon and stone giants that are going to be sieging the town? I don't.
I'm not sure they're stone giants because out of the entire place that was taking over.
So what I'm going to do,
Thorn's thing, there was only 3 stone giants
right
out of the 40 ogres.
What I'm going to do now is you already have the handout in your journals, all of you, but I'm going to bring it up on screen just to point something out, as there is obviously Barl was a stone giant, and in the letter the other name Teractinus will lead several of the people, so that can be assumed to be stone giants, which
fuck.
Those of you who actually read the letter in character would likely have put that together. I just want to make sure nothing's being missed here.
Yeah, no, that's why Kate's saying I want to prep the town. I want to prep the people. I want to, like, fortify, because it's not just the dragon we have to deal with. That's why Kate bought all those preservatives, so people could have food.
Sure it is. Okay, that changes the game quite a bit.
Yeah,
Why do you think Kate's been going in and out of having a mental breakdown, pretending nothing's happening, and also like
That's just
stockpiling?
Cade.
Yes.
I rest my case. Yeah, so what's the plan? A giant dam, giant walls, waterproofing houses.
I would assume water stations within every intersection, so any houses that need water can run and grab some. Barrels, I guess. Put a barrel at each intersection, 2 of them, and fill them with fresh water. Doesn't have to be drinking water. It doesn't even actually have to be fresh water. It can be the salt water from the sea. We're putting out fires with it. Doesn't really matter. It just needs to go out. And if it's an acid dragon or any acid attacks, I guess the salt could help, I don't know, neutralize something, depending on the type. And then Cade looks around and goes, also, we should probably arm anyone who's capable and call for reinforcements if Sandpoint thinks they can. Sandpoint's part of a town in a greater area. I don't think they want that much destabilization in the area.
Ragnarok might help, but not too terribly much. Okay, I need you to do a quick math equation for me.
Sure.
How many trees do you think it's going to take to make a wall that will stop stone giants?
Too many?
Not a definitive answer, Kate.
Kate just looks, well, why don't we combine a moat and some pikes as an outer defense around the more vulnerable entrances into the city, so then we can at least funnel them into the areas we want more.
Take me a while to do all that borrowing and moving all those trees, but I think I can get it done.
I think, and well, looking at, I say we'll enlist the mayor and the sheriff's help and anyone that's able-bodied that they trust. And well, we'll tell the town, because, or let the mayor tell the town, and this is my home. They deserve a chance to defend it. People here are tougher than you guys think.
E for doubt. Anyway, alright guys, I'll be right back. See you later.
What? Okay.
Where are you headed?
We're gonna start getting trees together to start building the wall and pikes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a nature check for harvesting.
I just know that I'm wall shaping into a triceratops to better knock shit over.
Kate's gonna be the
Oh, okay.
diplomatic
Well,
one.
in that case, like still roll the nature check, but also like the nature check is gonna be to locate suitable trees, and then you can just give me like a general strength check for like how much you can like gather within this time frame.
So Kate's gonna take this time to go off and
Alright,
talk to the
I'm gonna
sheriff
cast Ant Hall to double my bonuses when it comes to carrying things. On you. There we go.
Wait,
Alright, guidance. 28.
noise.
All right, so yeah, it doesn't take you long to locate a series of trees that you think would be providing you with sturdy enough wood to fortify the town.
Alright, just based on my dragon push alone, that'd be 28,000 pounds, and I'm gonna double that to 52,000 pounds.
56, if my math is right. Yeah.
56, you're right. Oh, that's a lot of trees.
Yeah, there's going to be some forest somewhere that's now just going to be a clearing if you're really going to go for all of that.
Well, it's either that or have the land be destroyed via a red dragon. I'm a druid. I'll fix the trees later.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not questioning it. I'm just saying. All right, so yeah, give me a strength roll for just the sake of efficiency.
Enough.
All right, yeah, I mean you're pretty quick about your work. I would say that by the end of the night, you gather. I would say you gather a pretty decent chunk of that drag weight limit. Like several tons worth of trees, like whole trees.
Amazing.
I'm gonna look something up just because I'm curious. Wow. Okay. So I decided to look up. I was like, how much does a tree weigh? And got some interesting figures here. Some examples given were an 80-foot tall hardwood or like a redwood type tree would weigh like 10 tons, whereas a 50-foot tall pine would weigh like 1 ton. Just interesting information there. But yeah, you, like I was saying, you gather up a significant amount of wood to bring back to Sandpoint to then have processed into something more suitable for your goals here.
Oh, like
Did anybody else have anything that they wanted to do? Otherwise, I'd say we probably just call it here.
Yeah. Okay, do me a solid and like start getting people together. You're the charismatic person of the group, as well as
oh
Kat.
yeah, that's what Kate said they were gonna do. They were gonna go talk to the sheriff and the mayor first to let them know and get like people assembled essentially that they know are gonna be useful for what tasks that we're looking for. People to help build defenses, people to help make food and stockpile, people to help treat wounds if necessary, people to help like everything, and just like militia the town, because that's the only way the town's ever been able to defend itself.
Tim.
Yep.
The thing is that Dino at full strength, he can pull 28 tons at once.
Yeah, that sounds right. 56,000. Yeah, so that's 28 tons.
Yeah, very strong.
Yeah, I would say exceedingly strong.
I mean, continue. Gotta get this shit done.
All right, so we'll say, how about this? We'll say Cade goes to where would you go? Would you go to the garrison for the sheriff, or would you go to like the, I forget the actual name of the building, but like the sort of town hall where the mayor is, or somewhere else entirely?
I'm going to go to the sheriff, the church, then the mayor, because the mayor will assemble the people he thinks are useful. The sheriff will call for help from other resources if he can, and well, his men. Sorry, I hiccups. And the church will have some people who can help in, well, multiple areas.
Okay, so how about this? We'll say Dino is beginning to after he drags all the wood back. I would say Dino would probably spend some time, like, you know, sorting through it or getting it ready for processing, and then we can lead off next week with Cade trying to get all these people together in an effort to prepare the town for what's coming. We'd start with that next week. Does that sound good?
Definitely.
Okay.
Me.
Perfect. All right. I'm really glad that tonight, even though obviously it's a full on downtime session, I'm glad that everyone got to do their thing and because that's always my main concern for like downtime sessions is that everybody gets the chance to like actually play the game. So I'm really glad that everyone got to do what they wanted to do.
I am too.
But with that, we will call it a night and come back next week with some efforts to save Sandpoint once again from impending doom.
Why is it
Never
always
do it
us?
themselves.
Why is it always us? Can't it be somebody else's problem for once?
Well, it's always gonna
Matt,
be
your
Kate's problem,
girlfriend
because
is gonna get burned alive by a dragon if you don't do something about it.
I kid, and I said that out of character.
Well,
Lies and slander.
given where we are in the campaign, you know, we're hitting that point where we're starting to get closer to the end than the beginning. So in terms of game time, it's not going to be your problem for that much longer. But
Cat, I mean, come on, Cat just said like, "Hey, I want to put down runes."
but all right, so
I'm happy with tonight.
we're
Had a
gonna.
lot of fun.
Yeah, I did too. I'm glad we got to do a nice like chill session for a change. It's been like
I finally got to do the thing I've wanted to do since the first episode, so I'm happy.
yeah, I'm really happy for that. I'm glad it happened, and hopefully it only continues to flourish from there. But all right, so we're gonna end here for the night. Like I said, next week we'll deal with the problems that will arise then, and until next Sunday, have a good night, everybody.
Bye.